So good morning. For those of you all who I don't know, I'm Al Hutchinson, President and CEO with Visit Baltimore. So we're going to get started, but we want to get started the right way to make you feel the inspiration of this event. So we got a special performance that we're going to bring to you right now. Stay tuned. So we can get started now. And so Commissioner McWilliams and the presidents from CIAA, it's just a little taste of how we roll in Baltimore. So stay tuned, more to come. But again, Al Hutchinson here with Visit Baltimore. And I really want to just take this opportunity to thank you for taking your time out this morning to come out to the Reginald F. Lewis Museum of Maryland, African American History and Culture, and really get prepared from some very exciting news we're going to share with you in a little bit. But I want you to join me in thanking the students from both the Baltimore School for Arts and also Bowie State University. So really join me. I really wanted you to get a taste of both Bowie State's cheerleaders and their band, but also our Baltimore School of Arts. Great talent there. Wanted you to get a taste of that. We have such an amazing community of young folks here in Baltimore City. And we're really going to partner with the tournament to make sure you really see the great talent we have here. But before we really get to this announcement, I really want to bring up and invite Wanda Draper, who's the executive director of the Lewis Museum and also one of my board members, to come up and just welcome you to this great venue. And now bring up the great Wanda Draper.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Reginald Lewis Museum. And boy, are we happy to have the entire family of the CIAA in Baltimore. In Baltimore. I went to Charlotte with the sole intention, with the entire Visit Baltimore team, to bring the tournament to Baltimore, and here we are. And so we're excited, and we thank you so much for coming. We want you to know that the Reginald F. Lewis Museum is home to the CIAA tournament, and we're excited to have you here. We also want you to know that while you're here today, you have full use of the museum. We are usually closed today, but we have opened all of our exhibits because we want you to see them and enjoy them. And right on this floor, we have 70 pieces of Romare Bearden that you will not see anywhere else because it's not a traveling exhibit. Our own Jackie Copeland curated this exhibit, all from private collectors. And when this exhibit closes, it will all go back to the private collections, and it will not be publicly seen again. So welcome to the Lewis Museum. We hope you come and come often, and there is so much here for you at this museum in Baltimore and in the state of Maryland. Welcome.
Thank you, Wanda. And it gives me really great pleasure now to introduce our next speaker, Dr. James Anderson. Dr. Anderson is the president of Fayetteville State University, and he also leads the 13-member CIAA Board of Directors. So at this time, I really want you to invite a special guest to the podium, and Dr. Anderson.
My ears are still ringing, President Bro. Well, good morning to all of you. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Al, Lieutenant Governor, Mayor Pugh, Councilman, Ms. Draper, everyone. We are excited about this moment. As that great child psychologist, philosopher, TV personality once said, Mr. Rogers, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Really is. Younger people in here don't know what we're talking about, you know? But from the outset, when we began to vet the different bids that we received, it was pretty clear that Baltimore had done its homework. It was really clear that Baltimore was ready to assume the mantle of being a host city here. Our visit, when we came to look at the sites and look at and talk to the host committee, our visit provided an opportunity for the CIAA and for everyone to really have transparent and authentic discussions about what we wanted and what we needed. It wasn't just a decision about an athletic conference moving. It wasn't just a decision about the individual institutions. It was a business decision also. A business decision about what's best for the CIAA and what's best for the city of Baltimore. And we got the feeling that you wanted us in your future. And that was really, really important. Not every city gave us that sense of including us in the future of that city. This is our first transition out of a city in 15 years. And we expect it to be a significant one. I've been telling everyone that in 2021, we're showing out. We're coming out that first year with something exciting. It's just going to be an extravaganza. It really is. Not just a basketball tournament, but an extravaganza. And I have to say that the host committee has done everything in its power to convince us to be here. The #1 cheerleader, of course, was your mayor, who really put the full court pressure on us, Earl. You know, and throwing Earl into the mixture just had to help, you know. Lieutenant Governor and I were talking, and I asked him where he was from. He said, D.C. I said, oh, so am I. I said, where'd you go to high school? He told me he and I went to rival high schools. He lived right near me in D.C., et cetera. So, hey, it was meant to be, wasn't it? Okay. So I'm speaking on behalf of the presidents and chancellors of our institutions, our respective institutions. And I really want to make it clear, it was our decision, the board's decision, to move to Baltimore. It was not the commissioner's decision. It was not her staff's decision. It was the board's decision. We have here today our vice chair, Makola Abdullah, president of Virginia State. And of course, President Aminta Bro from Bowie State, who will in 2021 will serve as chair of the board to carry this forward. So we're very excited about all of this. We learned from our alumni surveys and from our conversations with our respective constituent groups that they were ready for a move. You'll probably hear a lot of people saying that, well, why did they leave Charlotte? Why did they this? Why did they that? It was our base that told us that they wanted us to look at other sites. And so the 3 bids that were presented by Charlotte, Norfolk, and Baltimore were vetted exhaustively, and you came through. It was no question that you came through. And so we're proud to be here. We're proud to be here. We know that the centrality of entertainment, the centrality of hotels, the centrality of everything that we needed, the convention center, et cetera, had a real impact on our decision, more so than any other city. The presidents and chancellors now have 2 years to excite our base, our alumni, our students, our supporters, to get ready for this. We will bring much of our base here. We will cultivate a new base in the DC, Baltimore corridor, and we look forward to it. And finally, I'd like to say, you know, as a resident of born and bred in Washington, D.C., it's so good to be home. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. So I've had the real pleasure of working very closely with our next speaker over the past few months. And I'm a big person about leadership, and that's really important to me. And this next person, who's the 3rd full-time commissioner of the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, is, in my opinion, a great talent. And so Jackie McWilliams is the first African-American female ever to hold that position with the CIAA. I think that deserves an applause. Jackie leads all the strategic planning for the conference. She works very closely with the 13-member institutions, board of directors, and staff to really support the advancement of student athletes and management of 14 CIAA championships. So I want you really to join me in a warm welcome for the commish, Jackie McWilliams.
Happy New Year. I echo Dr. Anderson's comments on the hospitality and the leadership of Baltimore that has offered us through this bid process. This is a really exciting time for CIAA for so many reasons. I shared this morning with Dr. Abdullah and even Dr. Anderson and Bro. We have made some big decisions since I've been here the past 6 years. And this is the next real big decision that we have made. And it's all been centered around what's most important to me while I'm in this job of collegiate athletics is student athletes. We get to showcase the best of what we have right here in this city. And that's an exciting opportunity for me and my staff. The CIAA is, if you don't know, is the oldest African American conference in the nation. 3 of the 5 founding members are within reach. Virginia Union is 150 miles south. Howard University is 38 miles southwest, if that's the right. Lincoln is 60 miles north. And then former members such as Morgan State, which are amazing, your amazing mayor, now our mayor as well, it was a former cheerleader and still is cheering for this city. And so we're proud to be working with her and her team. And then Delaware State, that's not too far from here, were members until the 1970s. Current members like Bowie State that have been with us since 1979 have been a staple in this community. And with the leadership of Dr. Bro, I can't be even more proud to be working with a woman leader that I can look up to guide a community, not at her institution, but right here in the state of Maryland, in the city of Baltimore, but for the CIAA conference. So thank you so much for being courageous and pushing this to happen. It's amazing. Can we give her a hand, please? Also, if you don't know, 2 of our current members, last year we celebrated 125 years of college football. So basketball is truly the core of who we are, but football also is an important piece of our history. Actually, Coach Taylor from Virginia Union just got inducted, or will be inducted, to the College Hall of Fame. That is huge news for the CIAA. If you didn't know, one of our student athletes was in the Black College Hall of Fame, Amir Hall at Bowie State University. That is amazing. First Division II HBCU student to be recognized in that way. So we have over 3,000 student athletes of whom we provide championship experiences. As you heard, 14 championships. So after the tournament, we rock right into bowling. Before the tournament, we're running into indoor track and then spring championships. So this tournament is extremely important, but let me tell you, this is a 365 days of execution for our team. And we will be spending a lot of time here in Baltimore to make sure that this tournament is well ran, executed, because everything about this event supports the other 12 championships that we get to hold all through the year. The CIAA tournament is 60% of our budget. It's an extremely important opportunity for sponsors to engage, for our alumni to engage, our fans. So when Dr. Anderson says when we get those surveys back and we listen because we depend on them to feed back and nurture back to our institutions and give them a product that they will be proud about but want to return to every single year. And what we earn here goes directly back to our institutions for scholarships to support our students and student athletes. So Live the Legacy is our message. Hashtag Live the Legacy. So if you're doing social media, CIAA for Life Baltimore, because that's what you're a part of, and hashtag Live the Legacy. It's our message, and it highlights everything that we're about and the strength of our brand. I'm a product of the CIAA and proud to be. Tradition, leadership, and community are the three pillars that we celebrate in all the execution that we do within a community, and it drives us each and every day. Tradition, leadership, and community. It tells our story, why we are CIAA for Life, and living the legacy every single day. So all the glitz and glamour, and the goal is to provide our student athletes with amazing championship experience. I tell my team all the time, let's work inside and build out. Because when the student athlete experience is extraordinary, then everybody on the outside will enjoy that experience as well. And that's the goal that we have in our tradition, leadership, and community. So not just for basketball, but for all of our 14 championships, that's our goal. So Baltimore, you stood out as a place that will allow us to fulfill our mission. You match exactly what we talk about, tradition, leadership, and community. So we look forward, truly look forward, to the new partnerships, the relationships, the friendship, the family atmosphere that we will create, and the experience that we will offer to our students, our sponsors, our coaches, our alumni, and fans. Thank you all so very much for this opportunity. It is quite overwhelming for our team and our staff. If you could raise your hand, I have the dream team. So just that you know, they are invested in this. I get to do this, but they get to do more to make sure that the mission of this conference, the direction of our board, is lived out every single day. So I just thank you, team, for getting me through this process. They told me stay focused yesterday. All you gotta do is stay focused. Don't look at social media and don't do nothing as I'm running around with my phone saying, did you see this? Don't look at it, because at the end of the day, we're doing exactly what we were supposed to do, and the gift that God has given us to be the best of the best, to be the difference, to make a difference every single day. I am Jackie McWilliams, and I am CIAA for Life.
That's why I love that lady. Commissioner McWilliams, thank you very much for your comments. And so now at this time, it really gives me the pleasure of bringing up our #1 cheerleader for our great city. And that's no other than the great Catherine Pugh. Mayor Pugh.
I cannot begin to say, Jackie, Chairman, all the presidents, how excited Baltimore is, Lieutenant Governor and President Young, and all of you who are here, and Earl the Pearl Monroe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We added special sauce to our bid because we thought you all needed a little more flavor to get you all excited about being in Baltimore. So when we sent the president, we also sent Earl the Pearl Monroe because we knew you all would get really excited about that. It did. It did. And so, Al, let me just say first, thank you. Thank you for taking the initiative to go after this CIAA conference. You know, my days as a Morgan State University cheerleader actually started in the CIAA. Ooh, that's saying a lot. But, again, it is a great conference. And Madam President, I think nobody knows it better than you and Mr. President. And I want you to know not only are we going to host all the presidents of the colleges and universities, we will host your mayors as well, because many of them are part of the U.S. Conference of Mayors, and we're excited to do that. To the Lieutenant Governor, thank you for being on the forefront of this and helping us to get this through. I wanted to also acknowledge our Senator Antonio Hayes, who is here. Senator Ferguson, I believe, is also here. Senator McCray was going to be here. Delegate Keith Haynes. You heard Jack Young, our president of the City Council, who really has just been such a great partner in every effort. And our Council Vice President, Sharon Green Middleton. Councilman Pinkett, I believe, is also here. Councilman Bullock, I see you there. Councilman Burnett, Councilman Stokes, Councilman Costello, and Councilman Scott. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jackie, I can't say enough how much this partnership means to us and how much this conference means to us. And Dr. James Anderson, you know, I whispered something last night, but I won't do it again this morning. I know that this was an equally fair process for all who participated. Thank you for hearing us, thank you for listening, and thank you for selecting us. Wanda Draper, I just want to say thank you for opening up this great museum to our public. Let me just say to Al, this industry does a lot of great work. And for those who don't know, I think the numbers speak for themselves. 26 million visitors came to the greater Baltimore area last year. Visitors spent some $6.7 billion. This industry supports 85,000 jobs, many of which are held right here in our city. It also fuels a very important industry, and that is providing jobs and access to opportunities for other residents. We need to give people a reason to come to Baltimore, not just for conferences and conventions. The CIAA provides a wonderful opportunity to do just that. Now, if you've not been to a CIAA conference, it's more than just basketball. I wore my shiny dress because it's also a fashion show. So I want to applaud Visit Baltimore for its commitment to finding a great fit this conference for Baltimore. And this is truly, it really does go beyond what happens on the court. As Commissioner McWilliams noted, events like the Education Day, the Career Expo, and the Fan Fest, and what we've assured you is that we are your partner in this effort. You know, oftentimes when these kinds of conferences and conventions come into cities, there are always people on the sideline trying to make a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But this is about student athletes who are part of the CIAA. And so we want to make sure that we continue to provide those opportunities for those young people. This is what really does excite me about the CIAA tournament, the opportunity to contribute to the education of so many young athletes in our HBCUs. And of course, with other Baltimore HBCUs such as Coppin and my own great alma mater, Morgan State University, we believe that our participants will also show up and show out as well. But the CIAA is a passion, it is a tradition, and I think you heard it in the voices of the leadership here. So Baltimore, let's get ready. And while Baltimore City is all in, and I mean it, we are all in, the CIAA Baltimore partnership is really a CIAA Baltimore Maryland partnership. With that, it just gives me a great honor to introduce someone who has been in from the very beginning of this entire effort, our Lieutenant Governor, Governor Boyd Rutherford.
Well, thank you, Madam Mayor, and good morning. Good morning. You know, it is always great to be here at the Reginald Lewis Museum and in Baltimore in general. And I do want to thank, of course, the CIAA for choosing Maryland and choosing Baltimore in particular. On behalf of Governor Hogan and our entire administration, I want to thank you, Dr. Anderson, and Commissioner McWilliams, and the entire organization for being here and choosing us. And I just want to say, Dr. Anderson, you know, you and I are homeboys. And up until 1800, D.C. was part of Maryland. So I always point that out. You know, when folks want to kick me out of the state, you know, I just say, you know, we were there from a long time ago. It's just others decided to separate it. But this is wonderful news for Baltimore City and the state of Maryland. And it gives us an opportunity to really highlight all that is great about this city. And we're able to then offer our host institution, Bowie State University, a member of the CIAA conference, as a shining example of athletic skill and academic excellence that our HBCUs have to offer. And for that reason, I want to acknowledge and thank Dr. Bro for all of her hard work and working to bring this tournament here to our state. This is an excellent day for all of us. And I know that I speak for everyone when I say how excited we are to see the tournament come to Baltimore. Our administration looks forward to working with the CIAA as an active partner in capitalizing on this terrific opportunity. And as it will be a fashion show, I decided to wear my favorite tie. I think this was the tie to show you how cheap I am. I think this is the tie that I actually was wearing when I met my wife some 33 years ago. So thank you very much.
I like your tie, Lieutenant Governor. This is nice. Well done, well done. So thank you again, Lieutenant Governor Rutherford. I also want to thank the entire administration with Governor Hogan and for your support of the tourism industry. So look, this is a big day. This is Baltimore's Super Bowl. And so I want to take this opportunity to extend the industry's official welcome to the CIAA men's and women's basketball tournament. Visit Baltimore, along with our entire tourism and hospitality community, is extremely excited to join in partnership with the CIAA to make the 2021, 2022, and 2023 tournament experience exciting, enriching for both the athletes and attendees alike. We're confident that Baltimore offers a unique destination experience that will appeal to your existing attendees, but also attract some new fans. As both the mayor and lieutenant governor mentioned, hosting this tournament isn't just a win for the tourism industry in Baltimore. This is a win for our city and state. As you know, the CIAA men's and women's tournament is an impactful event any time of the year, but especially during a traditional need period for Baltimore City. The last week in February, when hotels, restaurants, our museum attractions are suffering. Business is not there. This is a tremendous opportunity for the hospitality and tourism community. Our hotels, a lot of our hoteliers are here, our restaurant community, our retail, and more. We're asking them to roll out the red carpet and make this a very meaningful social and business connections over the last week in February. Basketball is a team sport, and so it comes as no surprise that it will take a team to truly capitalize on this opportunity. I'd like to thank all of our partners who are here today and already at the table. Mayor Pugh, thank you for your commitment. Lieutenant Governor Rutherford, Governor Hogan, Council President Jack Young, who tried to steal my lines during the presentation, Bowie State University, Dr. Bro, thank you. The Convention Center led by Peggy Didakis, Royal Farms Arena led by Frank Remis back in the back there, and all of our hotels, attractions, event, and business partners. But I want to give a really, really special thanks to the team that went down to Charlotte with us. Calvin Butler, Zach McDaniel, Marcus Stevens, Terry Hazeltine, Wanda Draper, thank you, Council President Young, and also a really special shout out, and I saw him in the room, Eddie Brown, Eddie and Sylvia Brown, Ivy Hotel owners. That's going to be the host hotel for the presidents of the CIAA. Mr. Brown, thank you. Scott Phillips, thank you, my friend. The Visit Baltimore team, led by point guard Christina Gani. Christina's in there somewhere. But our entire team at Visit Baltimore, Amy, Aurelia, all of our marketing folks, Shara Schaefer, Sarah Warfield, Allison, the team at Visit Baltimore, we're the best in the business. I'm talking about our team. They're strong, they're powerful, they're passionate. As you know, Baltimore has a huge basketball history. Skip Wise, right? Baltimore Bullets, the boys of Dunbar. So I want to give a really special shout out to my man, Earl the Pearl, Black Jesus Monroe. Thank you. The Pearl said he can still do it. So most importantly, I really want to just thank the CIAA Board of Directors, Dr. Abdullah, thank you, my friend, Dr. Anderson, Commissioner McWilliams, thank you so much for seeing and believing in the value that this great city will bring to the CIAA. We know this was a big decision. We don't take that for granted. And we understand that the CIAA men's and women's basketball tournament is about more than just basketball. You've heard that earlier. It's about community, bringing together these incredible HBCUs. It makes sense to do it here, in a city that has a rich African-American history. Of course, in this way, we at Visit Baltimore, we're also fulfilling our mission to attract and embrace events that reflect that rich history, that culture, tradition of our city, as well as providing meaningful opportunities for local business opportunities. Because Baltimore boasts an array of successful and world-class Black-owned businesses and rich cultural activities, such as here at the Reginald F. Lewis Museum, where we stand today, we're going to let you know that our business owners and the African-American community, they're going to benefit from this. And we're going to partner to make sure people are hired, put young folks to work, let our Black businesses reap the benefits of this great tournament. Starting in 2021, actually, we're going to be starting tomorrow with that messaging. And so we're excited. I really want to encourage you to take Wanda up on seeing the Romare Bearden exhibit. You know, he's a Charlotte guy, but that's good. We can go see that exhibit anyway. But, you know, in closing, I just want to say this is an honor. I'm very humbled by the decision, Dr. Anderson, that your board of directors has made. As I always tell people, this is one of the greatest cities in America. And we got some of the greatest people in America. And it's time for us to showcase, don't back up, come forward and showcase the great assets, the great people, and the great talent of one of the best cities in America. So I'm proud that you guys have honored us with this. We're going to show out. I can promise you that. Our business community is going to be on board. Our public side is going to be on board. And there's three things I just want to leave with you about the CIAA, the way I see it. It impacts really three things. It's an economic message, jobs, tax revenue, city, state. But it's a community message that we're going to rally young folks. We're going to give our folks in the African-American community something they can be proud about. Shout it out. Be proud about Baltimore. This is what we can do. And the third thing is a marketing message. It helps the Baltimore brand, Mayor Pugh, that we can do great things. We can do big things. We've done it before. This doesn't intimidate us. Let's go do it. We're ready for prime time. The bright lights will be on. And in closing, I just want to say thank you for all the partners in the room. We're glad you're here because this is not just about Visit Baltimore. It's bigger than that. It's about this great city and this great state of Maryland. So you join us. There's more to come. There are going to be more asks of a lot of you in this room. So answer our phone calls or text or emails because, Zach, we're coming, right? So I'm just going to leave it there. We really appreciate this. Thank you so much, Jackie, the team, Dr. Bro, Dr. Abdullah, Dr. Anderson. Let's go make this a great, great event for this great city. So the last thing we're going to do, we're going to ask the commissioner and the presidents to come up, and we want to give you a keepsake, Commissioner, to have in your office.